Take a look at this. 26th October 2025, Santiago Bernabeu. Kylian Mbappe and Jude Bellingham score. Real Madrid win El Clásico, and Madrid go top of La Liga, 5 points clear of Barcelona. The verdict was brutal and immediate. This Barca was supposedly collapsing. They had lost the Clásico, been humiliated by Sevilla, defeated by PSG, and everything pointed towards decline. But that defeat, the one that looked like it would bury Barcelona, did the exact opposite, because that night Hansi Flick's monster woke up. The Barcelona of humiliations is back. Since losing that Clásico, Barca have gone on a perfect La Liga run. 7 wins out of 7, 21 points from 21 possible, and 21 goals scored, with a team that keeps playing better and becoming more lethal every single week. This team is making serious noise, so much noise that Barcelona have now reached 100 league goals in the 2025 calendar year. It is the 9th time in club history, only the 2nd time without Messi, the other being 1999. They are the only team in La Liga to reach that number this year, and the only one that will. But here is the terrifying part. This team has not only improved in attack, it has also improved where it matters most, in defence. Under Hansi Flick, Barcelona have finally found stability. The 2-0 win at home against Osasuna was significant not only because it kept Barca 4 points clear at the top of La Liga, but also because it was their first clean sheet in 6 matches. Flick has now committed to a fixed back 4, lining up Jules Koundé, Pau Cubarsí, Gerard Martín and Alejandro Balde for the 4th game in a row. That continuity has helped to build chemistry after weeks of experimentation following the departure of Íñigo Martínez in the summer. Gerard Martín's adaptation from left back to centre-back alongside Cubarsí has been especially important, particularly with Ronald Araujo absent and Andreas Christensen no longer part of the long-term plan. The midfield has added more everything down and starting again. Xabi Alonso arrived with a project built on structure, control and long-term order. And on paper, everything looked perfect. Barcelona's reinforcements were solid but not glamorous. Joan Garcia, Rooney Bargi and Marcus Rashford. Useful pieces, but nothing that shook the market. Madrid, meanwhile, went big. Dean Huijsen, Alvaro Carreras, Franco Mastantuono, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Gonzalo Garcia from Castilla, and Xabi Alonso himself, the man who had just performed the miracle at Leverkusen. Winning the Bundesliga invincible and turning Florian Wirtz into a global superstar. It looked like the perfect match for the Bernabeu. At first, it seemed to work. Madrid's Club World Cup was respectable, winning against Pachuca with 10 men. Destroying Salzburg.
Touch into the path. Vini Jr. for 2. Cuts it back.
Beating Juventus comfortably. Handling Dortmund well. But the ghost returned the moment they faced a truly elite side in form. PSG, under Luis Enrique, dismantled them without mercy, a brutal 4-0. Even so, Madrid's league start looked strong, 6 straight wins, 15 goals scored, only 3 conceded. Barcelona, meanwhile, won 5 and drew 1 in that same run. The narrative was set. This Madrid was better. This Barca was worse. But here come the uncomfortable truths. Barcelona currently sit top of La Liga, 4 points clear of Real Madrid, heading into the final stretch of the 2025 season. Hansi Flick's first half of the campaign has been chaotic, shaped by injuries and constant debate around his high defensive line. The feeling around the league is that this Barca is not as impressive as last season. After 17 games in 2025-26, Barcelona have 43 points, and a goal difference of plus 29, with 49 goals scored and 20 conceded. At the same stage last season, they had 38 points and a plus 31 goal difference. They are objectively doing better, and they have done it without key players for long stretches. Joan Garcia, Rafinha and Gavi have all missed significant time. Alejandro Balde, Lamine Yamal, Ferran Torres, Fermín López, Dani Olmo and Robert Lewandowski have all been in and out through injuries. Despite all of that, Barcelona survived, and once Pedri and Rafinha returned, everything changed. Since the Clásico defeat in October, Barca have won all 7 league matches, stormed back to the top of the table, and re-established themselves as the team to beat. The big question now is simple. How did Hansi Flick recover this team? We start with the tactical adjustments. Back in May, right after winning La Liga, Flick set himself very clear homework for the new season. gain more control of matches, and fix the defensive inconsistency. The departure of Íñigo Martínez was the first complication. The second was a constant stream of injuries that completely distorted the defensive structure. Ironically, the most damaging absences were not defenders. They were Pedri, the player who gives Barcelona control, and Rafinha, the player who triggers the press. Without them, Flick lost both balance and intensity at the same time. Flick experimented a lot, especially with the centre-back pairing, the biggest unanswered question of his project. From the first day, it was clear this would be a work in progress. His first clear bet was Araujo alongside Cubarsí, and that pairing remains the most used so far. But the duo of Cubarsí and Gerard Martín is now just one match away from matching them. That initial plan never fully settled. At one point, everything suggested the final answer would be Cubarsí and Eric Garcia. And then Flick went back to something he had already tested in pre-season: Gerard Martín as a left-sided centre-back. When Íñigo's exit was confirmed, Flick had already been thinking about this option. In pre-season, Gerard was quietly tested in central defence. Months later, Gerard himself revealed that despite playing most minutes as a full-back, that small comment told you everything. Flick never abandoned the idea. It also wasn't random. At Cornella, Gerard Martín had already played as a centre-back, although in a very different system, a back three and a much deeper defensive line. Flick adapted that profile to Barca's reality. The most unexpected twist came next. Using Cubarsí and Gerard Martín did not push Eric Garcia to right back. Instead, Eric replaced Frenkie de Jong in midfield. What looked like a temporary fix has now become a recurring solution. Flick found something powerful in this triangle. Gerard Martín, as a left-footed defender, allows Cubarsí, the centre-back, with the highest ceiling in the squad, to play on his natural side. And Eric Garcia gives Flick a true positional pivot, far more defensive-minded than Frenkie. Against Osasuna, the result was clear. Barcelona kept a clean sheet for the first time in 5 matches. Not a coincidence. A statement. This is Hansi Flick solving problems in real time and turning instability into structure. Eric Garcia is quietly taking Frenkie de Jong's place, and it's no coincidence. Against Osasuna's deep bunker-style setup, Eric was forced to step forward and operate alongside Pedri to unlock heavily congested central zones. His role was clear: help break pressure lines, move the ball quickly, and constantly shift play wide to isolate Rashford, but especially Lamine Yamal in 1v1 situations. And he didn't look out of place, not even close. Eric completed 53 of his 56 forward passes in the opponent's half, a remarkable 95% success rate. 2 of those vertical passes directly led to clear Barcelona chances. This wasn't just tidy recycling, it was purposeful distribution under pressure with timing and intent. The kind of midfield work that keeps a high line stable, protects transitions, and still feeds the attackers in dangerous zones. Barcelona keep proving that their attacking power is not a moment, it is a system. The numbers no longer leave room for debate. Hansi Flick's team have become the most diverse attacking side across Europe's top 5 leagues. Barca are the only La Liga team with 4 different players scoring 5 goals or more, a clear sign of a collective, unpredictable attack that is almost impossible to shut down. Ferran Torres leads the internal scoring charts with 11 goals, confirming his transformation since Flick fully trusted him as a striker. Just behind him is Robert Lewandowski with 8 goals. Still influential in the box, even without being a guaranteed starter. From wide areas, Lamine Yamal and Rafinha, both with 6 goals, provide constant solutions and different types of danger. And inside this attacking ecosystem, Rashford and Yamal deserve special attention. Marcus Rashford has already delivered 9 assists this season against Valencia, Getafe, Oviedo, Real Sociedad, PSG, Real Madrid, Celta and Eintracht. Add to that his 6 goals braces against Newcastle and Olympiacos. Plus goals versus Sevilla and Elche. And the picture is clear. 15 direct goal contributions so far. All of this while adapting to a new club, a new system and a new language after coming from a very difficult period in his career. Barcelona has given him the right environment, and quietly, Rashford is becoming a decisive attacking piece. Lamine Yamal, meanwhile, has lived an emotional rollercoaster this season.
Roban a los, se quejan, hacen.
Ay, Madrid roba, ¿no?
Madre mía.
Hombre, a ver.
From the noise before El Clasico, after his comments with Ibai and a poor game at the Bernabeu, to the response of a true leader who put the team on his back. The numbers are elite, 18 goal contributions in 18 matches. Since returning from injury, he has played 10 games and delivered 9 goal contributions. When fit, Yamal can decide matches with ease, as shown by his 2 assists against Athletic Club. The hat-trick against Betis fully confirmed Ferran Torres' evolution. He now has 13 goals and 1 assist, already beating his best previous league tally in just 15 matches, 11 as a starter, with only 933 minutes played. That translates to a goal every 85 minutes, without taking penalties. Elite output. This form has pushed Ferran into the top 50 all-time La Liga scorers for Barcelona, achieved in barely 2 full seasons at the club. Since arriving in 2021-2022, he has scored 57 goals in 177 games. But what really stands out is his recent surge, 32 goals in the last 64 matches, all under Flick. Rafinha changes the face of the team every single time he plays. When the Brazilian is fit and starting, Barcelona are incredibly hard to beat. With Rafinha on the pitch, Barca have only lost once against Chelsea, and he played just 23 minutes in that match. Even so, he has 9 goal contributions in 13 games, and his influence goes far beyond numbers. Intensity, leadership and constant threat. His goal against Osasuna showed clearly that his form remains strong. But if there is one player Real Madrid and the entire league should truly fear, it is Fermín López. He is playing like the best player in the squad. 7 goals and 4 assists. Pure chaos between the lines. He never stops running, his positional intelligence is outstanding, and his ability to arrive in the box is lethal. Fermín represents the modern midfielder La Masia vision, mixed with direct attacking impact, high pressing and relentless energy. And of course, Lewandowski should never be underestimated. Even in an inconsistent season, the Polish striker still has the instinct and quality to decide matches on his own. All of this explains why Barcelona are currently the second highest scoring team across Europe's top 5 leagues, with 49 goals, only behind Bayern Munich on 51. Yes, Real Madrid should fear Hansi Flick's tactical mind and Barcelona's individual talent, but what should truly worry Xabi Alonso is something deeper and far more dangerous. These individuals are no longer just stars, they are becoming a perfectly connected team. And that is when Barcelona become terrifying. Now we have to talk about the key differences between Hansi Flick and Xabi Alonso, and this is where the gap between Barcelona and Real Madrid becomes impossible to ignore. 1. Xabi Alonso's first problem, giving power to the players. After the conflict with Vinicius in El Clasico, Xabi started him again in the very next match. From the outside, it looked like he bent under player pressure and did not stand by his own decision. So far, Xabi has struggled to manage the egos inside a Real Madrid dressing room full of stars. It is never easy, but one thing Carlo Ancelotti always controlled well was his relationship with the squad.
Xabi Alonso is coaching a bit too much for some people and not managing enough. So that's the situation with
Hansi Flick has gone in the opposite direction. Barcelona are no longer the team of excuses, not the pitch, not the referee, not the kickoff time. Flick restored discipline, trusted La Masia again.
Es un proceso, sin excusa, pero hacía mucho calor. Y era un partido difícil para coger mucho ritmo, pero era condicionante. Raúl Asencio, por ejemplo, estaba, por eso hemos tenido que cambiar, estaba en un periodo con antibióticos.
And brought back a team that competes and wins with the personality this club demands. His biggest strength is the balance between discipline and confidence. No experiments, no victim mentality, no defeatist speeches. At Barca, there is no room for resignation. There are no protected players, no coaches' favourites. Competition is brutal and the best play regardless of age, name or status. Players like Pedri have openly said that the team trains harder and better.
Bueno, sobre todo pues un entrenamiento en gimnasio diferente. No quiero decir que antes no se trabajaba, como han dicho, que decía que con Xavi no trabajábamos. Es mentira, es simplemente que trabajamos de una manera diferente, una manera que a mí en lo personal me viene mucho mejor y bueno, he encontrado esa manera de entrenar con gomas, con diferentes cosas que a mí en lo personal pues me vienen muchísimo mejor.
And that physical intensity now lasts for the full 90 minutes. Flick is extremely strict with fitness, and that is one of the foundations of Barca's current form. 2. Xabi's second problem, not touching the undroppables playing Asensio at right back to avoid moving Valverde, refusing to make Arda Güler the creative brain because that would mean benching Jude Bellingham. These decisions send a clear message. At Barcelona, discipline is non-negotiable. Last season, Iñaki Peña and Jules Koundé learned that the hard way. This year, Rafinha and Marcus Rashford have also been sanctioned, and it works. Players who are dropped usually come back sharper, hungrier, and more focused.
I think the mystery says it very well. We have to focus on ourselves, and that is the most important thing. In the end, if we do our job, what we have to do, we don't have to worry about the others. And in the end, I think the more points we get, the better, right? At the end of the season, if you are ahead, it is impossible for them to beat you. Well, for me, these are victories that are very important and give the team confidence to continue adding points. I think we are playing better games than before, and nothing, the more we get points.
3. No real opportunities for Endrick and Gonzalo Garcia. Mbappe is untouchable, that is obvious.
Here is Mbappe into space. Kylian Mbappe!
But with other attackers struggling, it is hard to understand why Endrick has barely played any official minutes, or why Gonzalo Garcia, the Club World Cup top scorer, is not used as a true number 9 when he does play. Flick, on the other hand, has proven that rotations work. Barcelona are the team in Europe with the most players scoring 5 or more goals. Madrid are the opposite story. Mbappe has 26 goals, and the second top scorer, Vinicius, has just 5, betraying his own style. This might be the most important issue. At the Club World Cup, Xabi's Madrid pressed aggressively. Now they sit deeper and look to counter. Xabi Alonso still has not installed his identity, the one we clearly saw at Bayer Leverkusen. It is a different context, with players less willing to follow strict instructions, but halfway through the season, nobody truly knows what Real Madrid are trying to be. Flick has adapted instead of hesitating. Last season's double pivot and ultra-high line evolved into a compact triangle that protects, creates and dominates. He adjusted without losing control. 5. A broken dressing room. Xabi Alonso has not unified his squad. Vinicius openly clashes with him. Valverde questions the tactics. The team looks fractured, without belief, without culture, without a shared idea. Barcelona are the opposite. Results are backing Flick. Injuries are fading away. Leaders like Rafinha openly defend and support the coach. The message is clear. Xabi Alonso and Real Madrid have a lot to fear. This Barcelona still has a very high ceiling, and right now Hansi Flick is giving a masterclass on how to manage, control, and elevate a giant club.